Ladies, if you wear wigs, weaves, braids, or extensions,
and if you're tender-headed like me,
or tangled just like me,
or have thick hair like mine,
or hate getting your hair combed,
keep watching.
Hi guys, thanks for checking out another TM Hair Products video. As you can see, we got a lot of new growth to fight through in this video. Before I roll my sleeves up and get down to business, I need you guys to thumbs up this video, subscribe, leave me a comment, and hit the bell notification for all of my upcoming videos. Let's go. This video is for those of you ladies who hair matte. I'm talking about matte. I'm not talking to you ladies who have 2 or 3 strands matted together and you're like, oh my God, my hair's matted. No. I'm talking to those of us who stand in the mirror when we take our braids out and have tears in our eyes because we trying to see how we gonna fight through detangling our hair. This video is for you ladies. As you can see, her hair is very matted. She's a very heavy sweater. And although she has a lot of new growth that I'm thankful for, I have to figure out how I'm going to detangle her hair. She sweats very heavily in her hair, so her hair mats together very easily. As you can see now, for those of you who are familiar with my channel, you know when I detangle, I like to take a small portion of hair to detangle in small sections. Well, because her hair is so matted together right there in the middle, I don't want to pull her hair apart and break it. So I have to work around that. So I have to take that whole section and work around it. So once I clip the hair out of the way, I start misting her hair with water. Not heavily saturating it, but misting it with water and working the water in with my hands because the water makes her hair more pliable. Like that's a knot, like a thick matted knot that I'm feeling right there. Like, and I don't want to pull that apart and break it. You see how I'm pulling? I don't want to pull it apart and break it because it's going to break her hair. So I'm going to show you ladies how to detangle hair that's matted and packed together like that. Now, the first thing I did was added the detangler on that knot. So the detangler can start breaking down that knot because it's packed together pretty tight. It's pretty thick. Now, after I put the detangler on her hair, I'm working it in with my hand. When I work it in, it helps the detangler activate faster. So the detangler is doing this job by breaking down the knots. But when you have big clumpy knots, like thick matted knots together, it takes a little longer to break down. As you can see, all of those parts that I'm showing you, those are knots and matted hair packed together. So after I work it in, I start from the ends and I work my way up to the root of her hair. Now we getting down to the nitty gritty. This is where the matting is. So as I comb through gently, the shed hairs come out in the comb, but I'm bringing you guys very up close, very personal, and I'm giving you guys more detail in the detangling process so that you can see how to detangle your hair properly so that you don't break off unnecessary hair, so you get to see the growth of your hair. Now, this is where all that matting and tangling was. The detangler has had time to start to break down that part of the hair. As you can see now, I can at least pull it apart. At first, I couldn't even pull it apart. Now, I'm not done with it yet, but I wanted you guys to see, like, now I can at least pull it apart so I don't just rip her hair out. Now, I'm going to continue to comb, breaking that knot up because the detangler now is breaking the knot down. So now it makes it easier for me to be able to comb through the knot and not rip her hair out. As you can see, you see how I'm chopping through the hair. That's helping to break up the knots as well. So as I'm chopping through the hair, I'm loosening up the knots and tangles, which allows the shed hairs to slide out into the comb. And I hope that makes sense. So as you see, I'm gently picking through her hair. And she has very thick hair, so I have to work through that section. Now, this technique and what I'm doing is not painful. It's not hurting her. I'm just literally chopping through the hair because the detangler now is breaking down the hair. So it makes my job easier as I comb through it. And also, you guys, when you have a big section of hair, You have to take your time. If you do not, you are going to pull out unnecessary hairs, and then you wonder why you're not seeing the growth you want to see. You wonder why you're not retaining the length you want to retain. Your detangling process is as crucial as keeping your hair moisturized, as wearing protective styles for hair growth. Your detangling process is just as important. As you can see, I'm working the tangles out now. Also, with this technique and this method, it decreased my detangling time tremendously. Tremendously. It used to take me, it felt like 3 days to detangle her hair. It cut down my detangling time tremendously, even though this looks like, oh my goodness. But trust me, you guys, this has cut down my detangling time like never before. As you can see, I'm working around that whole section of her hair. Now I've worked through that section that I couldn't even pull apart that you guys saw earlier. This is that section earlier where the knot was. Now I'm combing through that section with ease. So what I like to do is then take a finer tooth comb and comb through that section at every angle because I want to ensure that her hair is completely detangled. Now, this is the top section of that matted part. Again, you guys know I really don't like taking bigger sections, but because the middle of her hair in that section is matted, I have to take that section because I don't want to break her hair apart. So I add the detangler and I add water to her hair, starting from the ends again, working my way up. But as I'm detangling in the middle, I can feel where her hair is matted right there. So I open that section up, work the tangles out. Now, if you have very thick hair, I'm sorry, it's just impossible to use a dime size amount of product because remember, the product has to penetrate your hair. So if it doesn't penetrate your hair or you don't put enough product in your hair, guess what? You're going to rip hair out. That's it, guys. I just wanted to show you how to detangle your hair if it's matted. It's very possible, and to save a lot of hair. If you have any questions, guys, please leave them in the comments below, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.